My blissful gorgeous souls, in the last talk we have known how great King Bharat governed the entire nation so skillfully that all citizens loved him so dearly as their own soul, and named the nation as Bharatvarsh in the name of their dear king. In late age, King Bharat renounced and lived in solitude and meditating and loving Bhagavan Vasudeva. Out of compassion, he nurtured a pet, a deer whose mother had died giving it a birth, and it was floating in the river. Bharat became attached to this pet. At the time of death, he remembered the deer. He became deer in next life. In third life, he was born in a Brahmin's family, my dear friends, who already had 9 sons and 1 daughter, and the last, 11th, was our hero, Bharat himself. Okay? Apprehending his fall through attachment in former life, now Bharat showed himself as weird, crazy, funny and cool, while clasping the lotus feet of Bhagavan Vasudeva in his ambrosial embrace within his heart. The father loved this child the most. He did all the sanskaras, Vedic purificatory rites, upon the ceremony of returning from the master's hermitage, finishing study of the Vedas. But only rites were done, he learned nothing. At last, father started himself to teach the boy course and noble conduct. And then, intonation of the Vedas, self-discipline, worship, yajna and so on until he makes him a great scholar, but was snatched away by the ever-vigilant death before he could do anything. Soon mother also died. After the father's death, all brothers thought he was a dunce. The town people also called him lunatic or deaf or blind or wrong or rascal. And Bharat acted befitting the description. He ate profusely any food he was given, free in restaurant or exchange for labor, remunerating or even begging. He never cared whether it was according to his Brahminic dignity or lowering his prestige. Little or a lot, delicious or bitter, he ate, never for sense gratification, but for sustaining body to realize his oneness of his true self with the entire universe. He roamed about like a bull, bare-bodied, equal in cold and heat, wind and rain, yet he was stout and muscular. He was like a precious gem obscured by dust. He wore dirty rag, and still dirtier was his sacred thread, the Yajnapavid. Whoever wanted made him work, and whatever they gave, he ate like a spinach paneer, like shahi paneer. May it be half burned, or remains of khichdi, or worm-eaten grains, stale bread or cold milk. His brothers employed him on menial work, He acted as Videha Prakritilaya yogis. Whenever he was assigned to clean up, he cleaned not only his own house but entire neighborhood. And not only neighborhood, but went on cleaning the whole town. When he was asked to get a glass of water, he would bring a whole jar full of water. When he was told to dig, he would make a full well and make a hill. It depends on his mind or mood. Upset family members assigned him in the field to drive away birds and save the forest. He would lie down near the field, and as soon as he saw flocks of birds, he would invite them, "Oh birds, welcome dears, look, this field belongs to Ram, Bhagwan Ram. You too belong to Bhagwan Ram, so come and eat full well, stomach full well, and stomach fill." Birds would enjoy eating the harvest while Bharat watched and smiled in deep satisfaction. "Come again, dear birds, remember this is your own field. Whenever hungry, have nice feast here." My dear friends, so he never cared that animals are grazing the harvest or destroying. One late night while he was on guard in the field near the jungle, a gang of dacoits came there. Their chief urgently required a person to be sacrificed for Mother Kali on the occasion of a festival. They saw Bharat and bound the sage with a rope and presented him before the chief. He examined all his limbs and found him faultless and was very happy. They washed him and provided new clothes and jewels and wreath of flowers with paste of vermilion on his forehead. Then they fed him, he ate profusely. Then they seated him before the deity of Bhadrakali with his head bent low. Now worship began. As it completed, they began singing devotional songs and human sounding drums and gongs. Then the chief picked up a short sword and charged with mantra. With a swift move, as he waved his sword to chop off Bharata's head, suddenly goddess emerged from Kali's stony maze, her body severely burning with the spirituality of Bharat. She looked with wild, bloodshot eyes, with rage and arched eyebrows. She laughed ferociously and sprang off above the altar, leaped and snatched the sword from the hand of the chief and sliced his head off in a single stroke. She went on chopping everybody's head. Her attendants also appeared. They ate and drank and sang at the pitch of their voice and danced, playing with the dacoits' heads like footballs. The offenders of wise men definitely reaped the consequences of their misdeeds. Mother Kali then lifted Bharat, set him on the altar, worshipped him, and asked for pardon. Bharat smiled and said, "Mother, in the form of Kali you protect and honor. In the form of dacoit you kill. You are the same. Two expressions of myself. Thank you, Mother. Thank you very much." Thus he said. And then he grabbed Mother Kali with his both hands and set her on the altar. And now Bharat began to sing and dance, singing, "Jai Kali Kankala Malini, Jai Mangala Mahakapalini, शिरो मालिका भूषितयङ्गे जय काली मधुमध्य तरङ्गे ह्रीं काली श्रीं महाकराले क्लीं कल्याणी दक्षिणकाली कलावती जय जय विद्यावती जय तारा सुंदरी महामति आनंद निधान देहु मात मुहिमत निर्मल ज्ञाना जलधर नवमंडल में व्यापिनी सौदामिनी मध्यालापिनी झनन झनन झन झन तच्छ मरिन्द्रनादिनी जय सरस्वती वीणावादिनी ओम ऐं ह्रीं क्लीं श्रीं चामुण्डा कलितकण्ठ शोभित नरमुण्डा हिंगलाज विन्ध्याचलवासिनी अट्टहासिनी जगन्नासिनी. My dear friends, if you ever loved and served a wise man nearing enlightenment, the fruits of your noble deeds are almost inexhaustible. After his death, King Bharat had become a deer because his last thought while dying was that of a deer. He became a deer. But the baby deer which Bharata had nourished and had become attached with died and became a royal sage, a king of Sindhu-Savir, western part of Rajasthan, which has gone now in Pakistan, because that baby deer was also attached to the royal sage, and Bharat longed to bestow upon him the best of what he had. That's the nature of love. Baby deer had old habit to ride on king's lap and shoulder, so immediately he wanted to yoke him in his palanquin. It is very hard to overcome the old patterns of your mind, my dear friend. Therefore, be careful. King Rahogan is king only outside. Inside, the same soul of that baby deer is functioning. He has now developed a search for higher knowledge. It is indeed a fogly big progress. He has some very important questions and he is on his way to meet the great sage Kapil. For some reason he has chosen palanquin ride. But when they arrived near Bharata's village in the bank of Ikshumati river, one of his carriers fell fatally sick. The officials searched for the new one. They saw Bharat loitering around. He was fat, young and muscular. He was driven into the carriage. Now all four carriers marched. Bharat would step forward only after surveying the ground 3 feet ahead of him. By doing so, King's head was striking left to right on the edges, so he yelled at them, "March properly, O carriers, do not act foolish, be skillful." Hearing the scold, the carriers were scared of punishment. They said, "Not we, His Majesty, but this fat, funny newcomer is making all this trouble. He walks in a weird way. We cannot carry with him." Then enraged king spoke ironically, "Hello, brother. Oh, what a pity. Neither you are fat nor young as you are, and perhaps not eaten anything since last 3 days. And on top, you carried me single-handedly all along. Is that you, O coolie? For what? You are stumbling under the weight of my palanquin." Bharat heard, but he ignored it. He went on his way, and king's head was hit again by palanquin edges. Then he flew into a rage and shouted out, "Oh, what's this? Are you dead that you are unaware of my presence? You are transgressing my command. I'll heal you of the pressure of your lunacy, as Yama chastises severely, the pressure of revolts reduced." Now Bharat happened to speak. He may have not spoken, but somehow it just happened the cosmic made him speak. Otherwise the baby deer would have been missed and lost. He said, "Tayoditam vyaktamavipranabdham bharto sameye syat yadi veerabhara gantur yadi syad avigamya madhva piveti nashau navidam pramadah."